Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lindsay and this is Archie, and I have not done a talking video in a really long time, but I just wanted to put on my makeup, hang out outside. I've been obsessed with being on my porch lately. I've recently done kind of like a little mini makeover in this corner, so I'm loving that, and I wanted to do a full face of drugstore makeup. I have in this little makeup bag all of my current drugstore favorites. So let's just jump into it and kind of chat. First, I'm gonna put on the Wet n Wild Prime Focus Primer Serum. I really like this. It says new on it. It is a very liquidy serum, and a little goes a long way. It does have glitter in it, which is kind of annoying. It's just a very like slimy, and it does leave your skin a little bit tacky, which I like because it helps the foundation stay. So how cute is Archie sunbathing over there? I can't even handle it. So that's that. And now for foundation, you're gonna see a little bit of a trend here. I'm gonna put on the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. They just came out with a dewy version. When the Photo Focus foundation first came out and everyone and their mother was trying it, I tried it and I hated it. I love that it's, I mean, a good price point for everyone, so a lot of people can try it, but I just hated it. But I've been using this dewy version and I like it a lot more. Is it like a groundbreaking, incredible foundation, the best foundation I've ever tried? No. But it's pretty darn good for being like $4, so I'll take it. So I'm just gonna put this on with my fingers. Would it be better with a sponge? Absolutely, but you know what? I didn't bring one out here. We don't always need to be fancy with a ton of brushes and sponges and all that. I will say this is pretty full coverage. I probably put too much on. This looks really scary, but it will get better as I blend it out. And I am using the shade Soft Ivory, which is light warm. And like I said, I like that it's not just a super matte finish. It's a really nice finish and it holds up pretty well. I wore it for like 12 hours yesterday and it held up pretty darn well. What I like even more than like how well a foundation holds up is I love when it just wears really, ooh, look at this lighting right now. I love when it just wears really nicely, and if it's gonna wear off, it kind of wears off in a nice way. It doesn't look like cakey or crumbly or any of that. So let's move on. I'm pretty sure this full face of makeup is like less than $50, which is crazy. So this could almost be like a beginner makeup tutorial for people who are like just getting started in makeup and want to know what products to try. This concealer, I didn't even tell you what it was. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in shade 820 Light Honey. And it is actually a really nice concealer. I feel like it covers up my dark circles enough that I don't just look like I have like a shadow of gray under there, but it's not cakey, it's not dry, it's not too creamy. It does crease a little, I will say that. So I really work on like buffing it out with my finger before I set it. And I'm going to set it with, shockingly, not Wet n Wild. I'm going to set it with this e.l.f. Fair Light setting powder. It's just a nice little setting powder. Does it compare to my all-time favorite Charlotte Tilbury? Hell no. But it's nice. It's not cakey and dry. My previous drugstore favorite setting powder used to be the Rimmel Stay Matte, but like the name describes, it's really darn matte. And I just felt like it was too dry. I'm not even gonna cover up my blemishes today with extra concealer. I have this little spot here where I had a biopsy and I have a little pimple going on down there, but you know what? Some days I feel like it looks better to just rock the redness than to have the cakiness of extra concealer on your face. So I'm not doing it today. And I just make sure that I have just a little bit extra under my eyes. So this brush is a Wet n Wild brush. I want to say it was maybe 99 cents, but it's a really nice, just big fluffy powder brush. So use that to set my face. Done with that. Now we're continuing the trend. This Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer is so friggin' nice. I've never been like a huge bronzer person, but I remember a long time in the past buying the Estee Lauder bronzer. Hang on, water break. And it had like a tiny little bit of shimmer in it, but it was super orangey. This is a perfect like neutral. It's neutral enough that I can wear it just to kind of warm up my face, but also wear it as blush. But it's warm enough that it's a bronzer and it doesn't look like I have charcoal on my face. So I'm just gonna take a nice Wet n Wild fluffy blush brush and put that kind of all over my cheeks, but also in the hollows of my cheeks to warm up my face. Also across my forehead. But this has a nice little sheen to it that it just makes your skin look alive. It's so friggin' nice. And I want to say this was maybe $5. This is perfect for like keeping in your bag for, oh my God, I forgot to have color on my face, or I've gone all day and I have to take a picture and I need to have a little bit extra color, because in photographs it definitely looks nice to have a little extra contour or blush going on. So a lot of times I will just wear this as like my blush contour combo. That just looks so friggin' nice. I love it. And I take that all over my cheeks. If I want some extra just hint of like a pinky color, this Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade Buff is really, really nice. You can barely even tell that it's like pink. It's basically like a highlighter. It's like a really, really, buff is the perfect word for it. It's just like a nude, but it also has shimmer in it. And it like gives me just enough little pinkiness so that I don't just have brown on my face. And it also serves as a highlight, which is really nice. So there's that. And I forgot to say, I just take this same bronzer and the blush brush and put it in the crease of my eyes as a little bit of like a, you know, just to warm it up in there. A little bit of something. I've not been really into a lot of eye makeup lately. I put a little picture on Instagram where I wore blue eyeliner the other day because we had like blue day at work. We're doing theme days to cheer everyone up. And I mean, I really liked that, but even that's super simple. I just wore like this in my crease and then some blue eyeliner, but there's that. Okay, this shows my priorities. I didn't go inside for any of the other supplies that I needed, but I did go inside for a spoolie because we just cannot have our brows going wild up in here. So spoolie them out with this Anastasia spoolie. You do not need a bougie spoolie. You can get these for literally like 50 cents. And I'm gonna use this Maybelline Fast Brow. This is totally trying to be a dupe for Gimme Brow. Is it a dupe for Gimme Brow? No. It's a lot more liquidy and it does end up being a little bit like dry and chalky on your brows if you don't get off all of the excess. I wanna say this is like $6, woo expensive. And you always wanna start with the outside part of your brow because that's where, when the spoolie is fresh out of the product, out of the tube, the most product's gonna go. And then just feather in a little bit onto the front with what you have left. I forgot to say, this is the shade Soft Brown. I'm just gonna switch over to the other eye. And just kind of rotate the brush because I'm sure there's another part of the brush that has like fresh product on it, and I just do the same thing, start to the middle and end, and then kind of feather. Whew. Getting in my hair, that's okay, it matches my hair right now. So then I will just kind of let this set a little bit and then I'll go back through with the spoolie. So I just did a whole lot of talking and finished up my makeup and realized that I wasn't recording, but all I did was put on my mascara and then spoolie back through my brows to loosen them up. But I was also saying I really want to call this like my isolation makeup tutorial, but truth be told, I'm not isolating. I am a nurse at an assisted living, so the show must go on. We have to be there for my little folks, but Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and comment down below what you remember your very first makeup product that you bought was, and I'll respond. I respond to all my comments. But thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you are being safe, and I hope that you're finding a way to stay sane in this crazy time. And I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.